Hey guys, got my Mountain Dew and still got my 5-0 there. It's kind of, a little bit hanging on the wall and the party's over, but, I had a great time. So thank you guys for all that you guys did as staff. And, I really don't feel any older. So even though
Well, it'll hit you.
I'm sure,
I'm sure it will.
People have been saying that for like 50 years. It'll hit me. But,
At
anyway.
this rate, you got about 50 more, so keep going, man.
I sure hope so. Hope I'm doing this 50 years from now, still making videos for you all. So, anyway, hey, just want to say thanks again for Wednesday night. You guys did a great job as leaders for our parent night. Parents really enjoyed getting to know you and really engaging. So, kudos to you guys. So, anyway, this week we're starting off again in our new routine and rhythm. So, Jeremy's going to pick it up from here. So,
yeah, so the study this week, guys, we got 5 questions for you to kind of focus on. Now, that sounds like a lot off the get-go, but let me talk through those with you just real quick. So, first, we want you to start off, or if this works for your group, start at question 7, which just asks, in what ways do we show that we think we're better than non-Christians? And the reason we want to focus on this question is to kind of get the idea for students to think, if we really believe as Christians that we're just better than people, it's not going to motivate us to share the gospel with them. Instead, it's going to cause a division. We're not going to want to spend time with them. So we want to start to get kids thinking like, listen, as believers, we're just another sinner showing another one where to find salvation. And that's why Paul and Barnabas were so motivated to share the gospel message. So we want kids to break down those barriers that will divide them from unbelievers so they might see an opportunity to share the good news. The second question is question number 9, which is, who are the people in your school that some Christians look down upon, and what can you do to help share the gospel with those people? Again, just starting to think practically and strategically about how to share the gospel and who to share it with, right? If we don't pay attention to who may be needing it around us, we're not likely to take the time and actually speak up about it. So we want them thinking about that this week in their groups. And then all of day 4 are the last 3. So questions 10, 11, and 12. And these really, really work hand in hand with each other. So the whole day is about being bold with the gospel. And again, this is just something we want to be pushing and challenging these students with, is to not just keep the gospel themselves and have it be a church thing, but to be a lifestyle thing and something that they're sharing with their friends throughout their week. So 10 is what things keep you from sharing your faith with people around you. 11, not knowing how someone might respond can be scary. What truths about God and His Word give us greater confidence and boldness to share our faith, even when we don't know how the listener will respond. And 12, what can Christians do to grow in their confidence and boldness in sharing the gospel through evangelism? So first, we want to identify the problems, right? What is it that prevents us from sharing the gospel? And I want it to be specific. Ask specific questions for your group, not just like in general what do kids think, but what is it for them? Like for me, what is it that stops me from wanting to share the gospel message? Because that's the way that we can start to work towards growing in that and building confidence to overcome those obstacles and start sharing the good news with everyone around us. So those are really the 5 questions, and 10 through 12 you can probably just kind of hit as a general idea with the students. They'll hopefully have done it. I don't think you got to break it down too much, but as you ask about their what's keeping them, you could start asking, how do you overcome those things? How do you grow in those areas? And it can just be a natural conversation through that. So I think it's gonna be a great study for you guys this week. I'm encouraged to hear some of your guys' feedback about how the studies have been going. We hope that they will continue to be helpful to your students. And you guys are doing a great job so far this year. So just a couple other little thoughts.
Yeah. So, hey, make sure, too, that we're kind of getting really into our rhythm and routine, and I'm excited about that. And want you just to kind of look through your students and start systematically praying for them and contacting them, knowing where they're at relationally with you and with one another. And if students aren't there, you really want to reach out, not just you as leaders, but as a whole group. Reach out to those students that aren't there and encourage them to come. And also, if you need their contact information, we're going to provide for you as an attachment in the email how to sign up for the Church Life app, which is going to have all the contact information for parents and students, and also the parents that were there.
At least most. There may be some who aren't in there if they're not part of our church, but most of them should be there.
Yeah, and if not, we can try to help you track that down. But also, especially the parents that were there, parents are saying, hey, we really want the contact information for our leaders. So if you could just contact first the parents that showed up on Wednesday night, but then all the parents in your small group, kind of go through and make a phone call to them and send out a text or an email and just say, hey, this is who I am, and I'm your student's small group leader, and here's my contact info, and would love just to, be able to connect with you anytime that you want. So
yeah, and you should have their contact information because you should have grabbed that Wednesday night on those cards. So if you took those cards, that's where you'll find that. And if you left them with us, then you'll get those back this Wednesday when you come for youth group. Or you can come grab them. They're in the office here. You can grab them on Sunday if you need to. So, so start working through that.
Yeah, and so the word of the video is really a number 50.
There you go.
That's a 50.
There you go. Hey, thank you guys so much for all the work that you're doing. God is definitely blessing your ministry, and we are so thankful to have you guys on this team, and just very excited to see what the rest of this year has in store. So keep ministering, keep working hard, and we're right on the cusp of seeing God do some really amazing things. We're already seeing it. So keep going. Be encouraged. We are praying for you this week, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you out. So
sounds good.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.